My biggest piece of advice is to not do everything for them. Be there, kind of hold their hand, guide them, but let them, when you get to places, let them check themselves in and let them talk to the university people.
I think it's important that your students know general life skills, such as doing laundry and how to iron their clothes, because they're going to have to iron their clothes and do laundry when they're in college. So if they know how to do that before, it'll save them some time, and then they won't have to have their friends teach them how.
To help prepare, I would just suggest parents encouraging students to stay on campus, and also before they arrive to not pack too much, because that's really easy to do.
It's going to go quick, so make the most of it. Help your kid out in any way that you can, and just let them know that you're here for them, for whatever they need.
Do not let your son or daughter come home every weekend. I know when I came to college, I had a boyfriend that was still at home, and I went home every weekend and spent time with my family and him. And by the end of the semester, I wanted to transition and leave because I felt like I didn't have any friends, and really that was because I hadn't experienced college and making friends on the weekends. So encourage them to get involved and to stay and meet people and build relationships with their floor on the weekends.
My biggest piece of advice is don't call or text them every day. Let them live a little. They will definitely call you when they feel like they need help, or if they're lost, or if they're homesick. They're going to call and tell you that. Now, if you go a few weeks without hearing from your child, call them, because you are going to be able to hear the stress in their voice better than anyone else. And they're going to want to hear from you in those times, and it's just going to kind of be that comfort for them to know that they can make it through the semester, make it through their next test, whatever it might be, until they get to come home again.
Stay in contact, but not be overbearing, because students are wanting to find their independence, and sometimes they can be maybe bogged down by mom and dad, or grandma and grandpa, or aunts and uncles, still keeping them tethered to their hips, so letting them have their independence and checking up on them, but not being, mother hen-like. But I also think everybody loves to get mail, and so that's one of the things that I really look forward to, is my mom sends me mail, so that would be something I would give advice to.
My parents would send me letters, and in college it's like a big deal to get a letter. Like when my suite mates get a letter, we're all like, oh, you got a letter, because we're so excited, because we just don't get mail that often, or even packages. I mean, college students love free food. The first time I got a package, my parents sent me a whole pan of bars, and I shared them with my suite mates, and they loved them. And I just think having encouraging texts from your parents even, or calls, just keeping in contact with them, because it's hard. The first semester is really rough on the student, and they just need help getting through the first semester.
Cool.
I think one of the things my family has been surprised or impressed about is that even though BB is kind of a small campus, we have some great travel opportunities. I've been able to travel to Chile and Nicaragua just in my short time here, and the academics have been rigorous, and it's just a really good community here.
A lot that I have been told, and a lot that I've noticed, is that some people say that BB and Storm Lake is not safe. That's completely wrong. The campus here is very safe. People on campus will protect you and make sure that you feel safe. And Storm Lake isn't really that dangerous of a place.
A lot of misconceptions that they might have is that, students come to college to get away from home and just to party, or to go out more, or to make their own rules and kind of become someone they're not, or that they're going to kind of be really separated from family, and that they're not really going to care about going back home or calling them, or they're just going to focus on partying and not really get an education that they came to get. And I really think that's a big misconception, because even though that's something that parents always think of, I think it's not true. I think students come here and they actually learn, and they take away so much from this campus, not just because it's in a small town. Like, it's because it's a community, it's a family, and once you come here, you have so much support and you have so many different resources to grow and expand on an education that it's so wonderful.
I think a lot of misconceptions are that when you get in college, there's going to be a lot of free time, and that is not the case. So students can't just drop what they're doing and run home real quick, because some students commute from home, minimum of 15 minutes to maximum of they're in a different state. They're 3 states away, so it's really hard to find that balance between staying at BV and then going home for the weekend, but really trying to emphasize that yes, family will always be there, and you should probably, you can stay at school, just really trying to put emphasis on building those relationships.
Just my personal family is that my parents thought somehow my study habits would amazingly increase, and they didn't. But I found my own ways of studying. I learned to use the resources myself, whereas my parents are hours away and can't be like, did you do your homework tonight? Did you study for your test tomorrow? Are you working on your Spanish words? And yeah, Mom. But here, I learned how to do it myself. I did it on my time schedule. If I wanted to do my homework at 1 in the morning or 6 a.m. or 3 in the afternoon, whatever it was, I got to decide that, and my parents have kind of figured that out of what my habits are now.
I think many parents think that college is, all drugs, sex, and alcohol, and it's really not. And so if you can encourage your child to make those good decisions and be involved with the right people and the right activities, and they're here for school, so that is the main priority. But college is a time where you make friends that you will be friends with for the rest of your life.
Everybody on campus is like a big family. We all look out for each other. We all make sure everybody's happy, make sure everybody's okay, and like I said earlier, everybody's safe here.
Send more care packages. I want more care packages.
Send more mail. Everyone loves getting mail, especially if it's just a random week and they have a test coming up. It doesn't have to be a whole care package. Just getting something in your mailbox that's positive is always awesome.
I would tell my parents just to not worry so much. Just relax. College is awesome. There's a lot of awesome opportunities, and in general, college is a good time for students to learn how to live on their own and make friends along the way.